Hello friends, welcome to another Python tutorials by AITechEX. In my previous video, I will show you how you can use list in another list and how you can use is instance that's a built-in function. So in today's video, I will talk about function. So let's get started. First of all, let me put this code in comment so that I can show you how you can use function. Okay, so now let's see. To define a function, use a keyword def and your function name. I want to name here move. Okay, so this is a list that I have, a movie list that I will show you in my previous video. I made this in my previous video. You can refer to that. And to define a function, use def. It will generally define a function. Your function name here, and then use a parenthesis and colon. In this parenthesis, we will use a extra value that we would need to execute our this function. Okay, and then your code here, that whatever you want to execute. Okay, so let's get started. So print these all statement one by one. I will use function movie. Okay, so I will take movies as a input, and what I want to do, if I will check if for x in movies, if there's an instance of list or not. So I will check is instance of x and list colon, and if our value is an instance of list, that means if our value that is again list, that means this, if this is a list, we will again call this function to check until we got a clone value that is not list. Okay, so we'll again call movie function, and in this parameter we will enter x as a new list. Okay, and else, and when we completely go through every list and that we don't have any other element as a list and all the elements are independent, that's this Marvel Avenger 2012, and we don't have a list, we will just print that. So right, print x. Okay, yeah, till here we have just defined our function, but we haven't used this. To use our function, just write function name, that's movie, and parameter, that is movies. Okay, now let's run this. See, every element on a new line. So let me show you what happens here. So whenever we use movie function and when we call this function, and our input is movies, that is our list here. So when for loop, it will iterates and it will check for every element, and if there is an instance of a list, that means if it will check for first if it's a list, so this is not true, so it will print that, and if this is a list, no, this will print that, and from going on here it will check if this is a list, so and yeah, this is true, so it will again call this function, it will call itself again, that is this function we have defined here, so it will go from here again, it will check for every element in this new list that is here, this list, it will check is instance of list, so it will again check if that is a Iron Man, that's a list or not, so this is not, so this will just print here this statement, that's Iron Man, that then it will check for Hulk and then Black Widow, and after this it will come back to this original function and go on until the end of this list, that's one. Okay, and see here we used 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 line of code to print all this in our new line, but here we just used this 5 line of code by defining a function to print this. And what if we have another list for 5 up to 6 up to 100 list in our this one list, we can't use this method by print for if this will go up, this will take up to 100 line of code, but by using function we can do this in just 5 line of code. So that's it for this example. Now let me show you another example of our function. Okay, so let's delete this, remove this all code, and yeah, So suppose let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, if you know. So if I want to check what is one Ethereum or how much that cost, so I will, and I want to define a function for that. So I will write define def function, that is ETH Ethereum to USD. Okay, I will check this, and our parameter that here will enter Ethereum Ethereum value that we want to check if one Ethereum is equal to this, or 10 Ethereum is equal to this or not. So in this function, we will write value of US dollar, value of US dollar, okay, is equal to ETH, that we enter here as a variable, and that this is optional, into and Ethereum value, and at current rate, one Ethereum is equal to approx 467 US dollar. Okay, and then just print this, print our value of US dollar. Okay, so here we have only defined a function, but we haven't used this, so we will use it here. Just write ETH to US dollar, and if we want to check how much Ethereum is, how 5 Ethereum is equal to how much dollar, so we will write 5 here, and let's run this. See, 5 Ethereum is equal to 2335 US dollar. Okay, and if we want to check how 10 Ethereum, and let's see, that's 4670. 10 Ethereum is equal to 4670 US dollar. So that's it for this tutorial. Hope you like this video. Please give a big thumbs up and don't forget to share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.